Alright, this is a video for 1HT. In this video I'm going to be talking about paragraph 8.6, simplifying powers. So here you see a story. You can read this after the video if you'd like. But first I'd like to say a few things that I wrote down over here. Earlier you learned how to add letters. Now you can only do that if the powers are the same. So here I have a to the power of 3 plus a to the power of 3. Then you have 2 times a to the power of 3. Now if these powers were different, then you're not able to add them. With times, however, you can always do that, even though the powers are not the same. Let me show you that with 2 examples. If you have a to the power of 3 times a to the power of 3, you get a to the power of 6. So you have to add these 2 numbers. The reason for that is because a to the power of 3 is a times a times a. A to the power of 3 is also a times a times a. So together you have 6 a's, that's why it's a to the power of 6. So you just add them. Same over here. A squared times a to the power of 5 is a to the power of 7. Okay, so always add these and don't multiply them. So the answer is not a to the power of 10. That's wrong. Okay. Now we go to something new. I have a squared in brackets and then to the power of 3. So we have a power to a power. Alright. Now let me show you how this works. The power of the 3 says that you have to do this 3 times. So you have to do a squared times a squared times a squared. So then you can just add these numbers. So this will be a to the power of 6. So one thing that you will notice now is that if you have a power to a power, then you have to multiply it, because 2 times 3 is 6. Right? So with times you just add them. If you have a power to a power, you multiply them. I'm going to take a look at a few examples that are in the book. I'm going to do 73a. Now that's in brackets 3a squared times, and then here we have minus 2a to the power of 3. Now you see that we don't really have powers here yet, so I'm going to explain it in a moment. But now we have numbers and letters that we need to do something with the power with. Right? So first we're going to do this set of brackets. We have 3a squared, so you have to do 3 squared, that's 9. And you have to do a squared, so that's a squared. Times, and then you have minus 2 to the power of 3. That means minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. Well, that's minus 8. And then a to the power of 3. And then when you work this out, 9 times 8 is minus 72. And then a squared times a to the power of 3 is a to the power of 5. So when you multiply them, you add the powers. Right? Let's do another one. I'll just select a random one from the book. I'm going to do exercise 76H. Because there we have just a normal letter. And then we also have something in brackets. I have, oh sorry, I wrote it down wrong. Let me just try over again. Here we have x to the power of 12 and then that to the power of 10. So this is what I just told you over here. I told you what to do. Alright? If you have a power to a power, you can multiply them. So here we have x to the power of 12 to the power of 10. So you multiply this. So the thing in the brackets will be x to the power of 120. And then when you multiply x and that, you have x to the power of 121. Okay. Now the final thing I want to say is just when you start with this, with exercise 72, I don't really like these exercises because this is actually a lot easier than you think. It looks difficult, but I'll tell you what you have to do there. Right? Here we have 2 letters, a, b to the power of 7. So if you work that out, you just get this. You have 7 a's and you have 7 b's. So this is the answer. So you only have to write down that there and there. Now, if there's also a number here, like minus 4 and then x squared, then you have to actually calculate something, because minus 4 squared is 16, and then here you just have x squared. Okay, so you should be able to make these exercises now, like this and that. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Thanks for watching.